Welcome to another episode, everyone. Charleston White disrespects Nolan Wells. This time, he's coming at the Nolan Wells and says that Nolan Wells is G-A-Y. That Nolan Wells was out on the boat with those YT individuals because they were getting down together. They were in bed together. These were his boyfriends. And that they put him in the water to wash away the DNA. This individual is despicable, and really anyone who supports him in the black community is also despicable. He doesn't need to be doing any interviews whatsoever on any black platform. He really should not be doing them on any platform. And once we cancel him all the way out, these other platforms will as well, once we stop watching what he has to say. Check this out, man. It's despicable. This is my guy, Introvert Rock star.
And you already know, on this channel, we hold raccoons accountable, because if we don't, who will? And if you don't like it, get to stepping, because it ain't gonna stop. Now look, I can't play the extra video, but that don't stop anything. Man, run the tape.
He looked like a gay athlete.
Oh shit.
And say, homie, when I look at them pictures that they show us of him with them white folks on that boat, I say they were that boy. That's why they left him in the water, so that water can wash out their DNA. That's why everybody covering up. Nigga, you know everybody pulled for the when the only in the crew. Everybody pulling for him, wishing they can see what's up under the hood. He already probably been over there with him, homie. Man, go back and I study body language. When I look at his body language, he's too docile and subservient amongst them people. And for them people to talk to him like that in the water, they had already been him.
Now, the mama said that he chose to go with another group of white boys.
They were fucking him too. That's why he jumping, that's why he boat hopping. Man, what go do that ain't gay? Just boat hopping. And they ain't got a bunch of white girls he chasing. That loose go be on the boat with a bunch of white girls. But that loose booty on the boat with the white boys. Every nigga he's running around. He got what he was looking for.
Yeah, he didn't go after no women. He went after some more.
Nigga, everybody hoping that salt water wash his ass real good. They don't get the DNA. Why you think it's such a mysterious cover up?
Yeah, but I say you feel this, so you don't feel there's a mystery here. You feel this is, it's pretty straightforward.
If me and my friends do something, we go cover it up too. So what's the mystery? This is normal human behavior. This is normal human behavior, nigga. This is what you call, this is tribal behavior.
But a black man go missing in 2026, surrounded by a bunch of white boys. Is that not concerning?
For who?
For the young black man.
No, black people don't go missing often.
No.
This
we come on found.
Yeah, this is a isolated case. And the LGBT need to be involved in this. He got to be one of them. He wasn't know what kind of sports he played. I heard being Benjamin Crump say the boy was a fine athlete.
Yeah. Water polo, I don't.
Yeah, boy probably was a swimmer. So he swim fine.
Charleston White just disrespected Nolan Wells. Charleston White drew backlash after implying Nolan Wells was attracted to men, a claim many viewers call disrespectful and unsupported. Critics argued the comments were insensitive and shifted attention away from Nolan Wells' case. Make that make sense. And in the words of Nas, Charlie boy, what you think? You getting girls because of your looks, Negro, please. Charlie boy, you said if you and your friends got in trouble, that y'all gonna cover it up. And a lot of takers determines that that's a lie, because you snitched on your best friend and got him 40 years. I mean, if I'm tripping, in my comment section, tell me I'm tripping. Then you had the audacity to call Nolan G-A-Y. But I got proof that you was just projecting. I got proof that you was talking about yourself, but we'll talk about that later on in this video. So before I spaz out, Charlie boy, Jeff Metcalf spooked you so bad that you went to another op. You went to another vulture, Vlad TV, and you tap dance over and over and over again. And look, I can't play the actual video, but we gonna run that audio. Man, run the tape.
I came up with.
Yeah, and here he's right here with this watermelon felon T-shirt on Vlad TV. I mean, it's hard for me to speak right now, man, because it's beyond disgusting. It's really reprehensible, and any black people that support this individual, they are really despicable as well. He's on Say Cheese TV. Shout out to Say Cheese TV. I have nothing against them. Charleston White is on there often, even though he had said he didn't want to go on Say Cheese. He said that he was done with Say Cheese and all of these urban platforms because they were making him look bad. So he went over there to Aiden Ross and all these sort of individuals, thought that he can go to CNN and these white platforms, and they said no. Sent him back to the urban platform, so now he's back. But he should not be on any urban platform, considering how he disparages black people. Here it is. He's sitting here talking about Nolan Wells. It's G-A-Y. He said that Nolan Wells was unalived because of this, basically. Either way, you're still saying that these individuals are responsible for it. But you see how when it involves black people, he makes excuses for the killers. Here he is with a watermelon felon T-shirt for Carmelo Anthony, who he believes is a killer. He's calling him a felon, a watermelon felon. So much so that he wants to make a T-shirt, go on a YT Individuals podcast in Vlad TV. I have nothing against Vlad. He profits from the culture like many other people do, and we all allow these individuals to do it. So, I mean, he's just doing what we allow him to do and everyone else. It's not his fault. Just like it's not the Asians' fault being in the community, siphoning all of our freaking money, even though they're playing in our faces and disrespecting us. And we still patronize their businesses. That's on us. That's on no one else. We look foolish to the whole world for allowing these individuals. I saw this dude swamp stories on man, I'm not even going to get it. These we need to take control of our own culture and our own narrative. But Charleston White go on here to Vlad TV and push this watermelon felon T-shirt in front of Vlad and think that this stuff is funny. He should not be on Say Cheese anymore. Say Cheese should tell him, I can't have you back on the platform. Stay at Vlad, stay at No Jumper, go wherever you want to go to Aiden Ross, but you can't be on any black platform. And black people are not going to watch you anymore and support you, which means these individuals are not going to have you on their platforms much longer because the videos that they put out are not going to get any views because there's only black people that's watching stuff. YT people do not support Charleston White. They don't care about him, especially after he came out making statements about Charlie Kirk and this and that before he broke down and apologized like he does all of the time when it comes to them. Even if Nolan Wells was, and there's no indication that he is, he had a girlfriend that was there on the island. And for those who do not know, I have another channel. It's called The Unwoke Culture. And, I heard someone saying, how come the LA podcasters are not speaking about Nolan Wells? I speak about Nolan. I have another podcast called The Unwoke Culture. This is all I talk about over there. It's all of this stuff right here, all day. I'm about to be done with this bullshit ass channel soon. Trust me, I'm already proud of that channel over there, and it's already doing what it needs to do. And this is where my passion is at, the stuff that I'm talking about over there. Go check it out if you want to, if you support me, if you want to support the channel. But don't just go subscribe just to support me if you're not going to watch the video. If you support me, support the channel, go ahead. I don't talk about it too much over here because I wanted to find its own audience. I want to work for my subscribers instead of over here asking and begging for people to go over there and subscribe. I want to work for it. I want to earn it. So I don't mention it much, but some people do want to know about the channel. They ask me about it, and so I mention it here and there over here. At any rate, go check it out. We're having these conversations over there. Yeah, but Charleston White is a despicable human being. He's not black. Black is a consciousness. It is not a color. He's not black whatsoever. And to disparage us like this on the internet in front of these other people is nauseating, and it makes me want to vomit. And then to be able to go to another black platform, the only reason that a platform will have them on there is because they're concerned about the money. They're going to make money doing a video. He's going to say something. He's constantly up in the ante. That's all he's doing. He's a shock jock. He's constantly trying to go viral, constantly trying to stay relevant. And the way to do that, in his mind, is to just up the ante, to say something wild, say something crazy, say something outlandish. People are going to talk about it like introvert rock stars right here talking about it now. I'm covering it. I'm going to talk about it. People are going to talk about it. This is how he stays in the algorithm. This is how he keeps, but it's a game to him. It's content to him. The same way a lot of other people use content for any and everything to keep themselves going and keep themselves in the algorithm. But everything is not content and everything is not funny. This is one of them. You're going way too far. You don't know Nolan Wells. This man just lost his life. And even if it is because of that, you're still saying that these individuals are guilty of it. How come you're not calling them out? How come you're not asking for transparency with this investigation as it relates to Nolan Wells? You're saying that they killed him because he's GAY. If that's the case, whatever they killed him for, you believe that they killed him. And if you are a black individual who has a voice on the internet and in the media, you are supposed to be using that voice to call attention to the case and demand an open and transparent investigation, and that the individuals responsible for his death be held accountable. But instead, he gets on here and minimizes it, dismisses him and his life and his death by saying, oh, well, it's just a black dude that was GAY. What does that have to do with anything? Any black person who supports this individual after seeing stuff like this all of the time from this individual is not worth his salt. You are not black. You are not worth your salt if you support this individual, whoever you are, wherever you are at. If he's from your hometown, it doesn't matter. But not to mention the other allegations that we now know that's against this man as it relates to his 11-year-old cousin, Shalandra Price, 11 years old, when she says the man, this despicable piece of fucking filth came in there and raped her when she was 11. And his response to that was that his thing was too big. His private part was too big. That he would have ripped her apart had he done that. And she was 11 years old. Because even back then, his thing was too big, he said. That was his response to these allegations. But you support him? You're just as sick as he is if you support him after seeing this man get on here and speak about Nolan Wells in this way. Me personally, I don't agree with Nolan Wells myself. I've made that clear on my other channel. I don't like his parents, Nolan Wells, at all. I don't like their attitude. I don't like his father. I don't like what his father has said, that he's taught his son not to see color. That's why your son is dead. I didn't like the way Nolan Wells conducted himself. I see him in the pool with nothing but YT people. He thought that he was bigger than the program. His parents taught him that he was bigger than the program. His parents taught him not to see color in America and in Mississippi. You failed him as parents then. So my opinions on that situation is extremely strong. Again, go check it out. I don't agree with him either, with Nolan Wells and what happened, why this happened to him, because he's out there with these people thinking that these people are his friend. His friends, and apparently he's never read a book as it relates to American history. He does not understand that these individuals are mutants. a wicked, evil lineage that is passed down. Pale monsters. That's what a white woman called them over there on the unwoke culture. He thought he was good and safe. But whether I agree with him or not, I understand that this is symbolic. It's not even about Nolan Wells per se, but the entire message is the systemic and institutionalized racism that is the problem and that needs to be addressed and attacked. However, it must be attacked. We no longer care about losing our lives. We're dying anyway. You individuals are killing us anyway. We're just not dying on our feet, and we're dying alone. And you're killing our kids only because we're not killing yours. Because yours are, once yours start dying too, it won't be as fun anymore. It won't be so funny. And in order for us to get there, brothers and sisters, people like Charleston White are going to have to be the first to go. Nothing but backstabbers, sellouts, going to sell out the whole operation. He's going to sell out the whole operation immediately. He has to go, or we're all doomed. None of us will accomplish our goals as long as there are people like him with us, pretending to be with us. Really, he's not even pretending to be with us. He's letting us know, walking around with a watermelon felon t-shirt, parading it in front of a YT man, that he's not with us.
This, thanks to Jeff Metcalf, the dad called this kid a watermelon felon, since y'all think he's such a good kid. So now I guess he's just a watermelon felon. And when I said that, it had a sting to it.
I just want to point out that when you first came in, you brought me one of those shirts.
Don't always bring it in.
And I declined. I said, I'm good. I don't want the shirt.
He didn't decline. He threw it at me. He said, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. I said, hey, man, the money in the proceeds of both parties.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, but now, I knew you wouldn't wear it.
Yeah,
you got on Michael Jordan tennis shoes.
Not only am I not going to wear it, but I'm not going to take it. No
I'm going to leave it outside the studio. Neighbors next door get it.
Well, that's on them.
I'll just fuck with. So
that's
now,
on them.
So when I heard him say that, I called my lawyer and said, hey, I want to trademark watermelon felon, because I know some white man is going to get this and run with it. That's a clever name to call your new blacks.
How many shirts have you actually sold?
I've sold over 300 so far.
300 shirts.
Yeah.
For how much per shirt?
Almost $40 per shirt. But most of the shirts are being sold in the Midwestern, up north, few down south. So, the expected states. This is what I know. It's a market for everything. I learned what capitalism is, that America is no longer a racist society. It's a capitalist society. Capitalism not only supersedes racism and socialism, it also supersedes your rights as a citizen. That's why you are identified as a consumer. So rather than me getting in my feelings, sad and mad about the several relationships that I do business with, because I'm emotionally attached and invested into a kid who have been found guilty of a crime. Now, here I am as a man that always promotes justice, due process. He's been found guilty by his peers. He's a convicted murderer now.
He has not been found guilty by his peers. He was found guilty by an all-YT jury. These are not his peers. These are people who hate him, who despise him, and they show it every day. Does Nolan Wells ring a bell? So he's not going to defend Carmelo Anthony anymore. That's fine. You don't have to disparage him and disparage our entire race. He's not going to defend him anymore because he was convicted of murder by a jury of his peers, he says. But you just got finished saying that the 4 YT boys that was supposed to be Nolan Wells' friends offed him because he was GAY. And they wanted to clean up the DNA, throw him in the water to clean up the DNA. So you're okay with them being murderers. You're not wearing a t-shirt with their faces on it. No, they have not been convicted. They have not even been arrested. Because this is America. Not because they're not guilty. Carmelo Anthony, meanwhile, who was defending himself, is arrested and is in prison for 35 years. For killing a white guy. But the 4 white T, 5'10", that killed Nolan Wells, they sitting at home chilling. You're not using your voice to address that. Instead, you use your voice. You use these platforms to go on here on the internet and talk about a watermelon felon that you can't do anything else for him. He's been convicted by a jury of his peers. That you stand up for justice. No, you don't stand up for justice. Because how come you're not calling for justice for Nolan Wells? Instead, you're excusing the behavior, the assumed behavior of his killers, of his YT friends. You are excusing their behavior because he was supposed to be GAY and they just wanted to wash away the DNA. You're not wearing a t-shirt with them grabbing him and throwing him in the pool. A still picture of that, like you have a picture of this watermelon on here. This dude walking around with this shirt in a black neighborhood. And anyone else, the 300 shirts that he sold, all 300 of them need to be. They walk around with that shirt, they need to be taken out. The same way that George Zimmerman autographed those Skittles and people lined up to buy the Skittles. I've always said, and I was in prison at the time, but I've always said and I've always believed that not only George Zimmerman, but every individual, black, white, fucking 3-year-old fucking child, every individual that lined up to buy those Skittles needed to get it. Every one of them. We are about to stop playing with you sick monsters. We can't beat you being nice. When will you understand that, people? You're going to have to stoop to their level. Unfortunately, it's not in us. But we have no choice. This individual here needs to leave the community and leave the community now. He needs to understand that there's no forgiveness for this. He can't go back on this. He can't come back from this. From none of it. Now he's on Nolan Wells. Every young black man that gets into a situation in the country, he goes on a YT platform and does this. Nolan Wells is a victim. He was murdered. Yet somehow you find a way to disparage him, not the individuals that murdered him. Hasn't said one bad word about the individuals who we all know is responsible for his death. Not one word. Everything he said, bad and derogatory, was about Nolan Wells, the individual who's dead, who's never coming back, and did nothing to deserve it. The victim. But because he's black, he finds a way to talk about him and disparage him and say that he's GAY. So what if he is? That excusing them killing him? You're okay with it because he was GAY? Is that what you're saying? That makes it okay? You're going to make an excuse. You're going to make a reason for them. It's okay for them to kill us. Don't too many black kids come up missing. Have you been watching the news lately? Black kids coming up hanging from fucking trees all around the country. And nothing but black people are coming up hanging. And as soon as some other people start dangling from the motherfuckers, this shit is gonna stop. Until then, it's just gonna be us. As long as we on here crying and marching with these freaking signs and calling for an investigation and begging to be treated like a human. We're not begging these people for nothing. You take one of ours, we take one of yours. That's the end of it. And we take out individuals like this.
Get out your feelings. You can't go broke for this family, but what you can do, you done enough. Feed everybody. But you think white people don't want to buy these? If white people make them, y'all will cancel them and shut them down in the name of racism. Yeah. So let me have an audience for my, boy, it's a demographic for it.
I would suggest all the white people out there not wear that shirt out.
I suggest you do it. Why? You support your rappers who talk about.
Since the Charlie Kirk controversy and his comments about the Metcalf family, some viewers have noticed Charleston White has largely stopped making broad negative remarks about white people. Make that make sense. See, I noticed something about these raccoons. Every now and then they speak their real shit. Every now and then they speak from the heart, but then them Caucasian boys come in and make them apologize. I mean, if I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying. I mean, that Charlie Kirk trial is happening as we speak, but Charlie boy is so busy calling Nolan G-A-Y. He's so busy calling Carmelo a watermelon felon, but when Jeff checked him, his voice got low. But when Jeff checked him, his voice got shaky. Then I said, wait. He said Nolan.
Wow. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this freaking head, bro. How can you support some shit like this? Wow.
With G-A-Y. Nah, Charlie boy, you was talking about yourself. Man, check this out. During a live stream, Charleston White asked Aiden Ross how he could sell his soul. Aiden Ross replied, "You're gonna have to let me F you." And the exchange quickly spread online because of its shock value. Make that make sense. And in the words of the Williams brothers, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Oh, Charlie boy, you need to take a little time, stop and look in the mirror and check yourself. Charlie boy, you had the audacity to disrespect Nolan, but the whole time in this video, you was talking about yourself. You asked a Caucasian, and ever since then, you've been getting anything negative about Caucasian people. I can go on and on, but you didn't stop there. You really want the fame, huh, bro? Makes sense. Charlie boy, I'm gonna be honest. Any black man that will put this on, any black man that will wear this, ain't no telling what he'll do. He'll definitely do something strange for some change. And if I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying.
No, you're not lying.
If them Texas boys, if them Caucasian Texas boys got you spooked, if they got you scared, blink twice. My bad. I forgot about your fake eye.
Look at that shit right there. Whoa. This dude is scary looking, bro. Wow. Shout out to my guy, Introvert Rockstar. Go check him out, man. Not that he needs my help. I'm going to have to go calm myself down after this. I'm dead serious. I am serious. I'm going to have to literally calm myself down before I can even get to my next video. Because if not, I'm going to be thinking about that. I'm going to be mad in my other video about this video right here. It's that serious. and everyone should be upset. This guy is too much. I mean, I understand trying to make your money. I understand shock value. I understand trying to stay relevant. All of that, I get it. But this is out of line. This is not what this is. This is too much, bro. I was disgusted and done with him with the watermelon felon t-shirt. Then come the allegations resurface about his cousin. And now this, Nolan Wells. He's on Nolan Wells. He's a victim of a racist society. And somehow he finds a way to blame him, to make it seem like he did something wrong. Make it seem like Nolan Wells is wrong somehow. How can an individual who's no longer with us be wrong about anything? How can an individual that lost his life at 18 years old be wrong about anything? The people that took his life are the ones that are wrong. But he knows this. But he's not going to say one bad word about them, but has every bad word to say about Carmelo Anthony because he believes that he took a life unjustifiably. And he stands for justice. If you stand for justice, how come you are not calling for justice for Nolan Wells? He's a hypocrite. He does not stand for justice. He stands for denigrating and disparaging the black community to curry favor from the YT people. That's it. He's afraid of them and he's not afraid of us. That's the problem. And that is a problem. Because if he were, he wouldn't be doing this. If he even thought that black people would really cancel him for doing something like this, he wouldn't be doing it. Much less thought something would happen to him. He don't even think that he's going to be canceled. There's no way he would do it if he thought he would lose his money and be canceled. He don't think he's going to be canceled at all. He think he's going to gain a demographic. He's going to gain a few followers from the YT people by being racist against black people. And he feels like many black people are still going to support him. That's it. I'm not. Ever again. And if y'all do, then shame on you. You're not black. That's just my opinion. Introvert, rock star, good job. As always, stay on his head. Stay on all these individuals. Stay on these raccoons. We all need to stay on these raccoons' heads. And disallow this sort of poison in our community. Stay safe and stay free, people.